Hello student, in this section I will give you a quick introduction into RapidMiner, and because as we going to use RapidMiner like the main tool for this data mining part, so it's very important to just have a kind of like clear understanding about what is RapidMiner and how we can navigate users in our analysis. So our agenda including like make a fairly quick introduction about what is RapidMiner, how we can navigate, use and see about the interface of RapidMiner, how we can import the data. This part is very important because for all the time we begin with the data analysis, we need to upload the data into or load the data into RapidMiner. We also see how RapidMiner will be very quick in creating some preliminary data description. And finally, we see some kind of like basic data visualization on RapidMiner. So that's going to be our main part. So to do for this part, you please just go into Canvas and download for me the CSV file HowPrice dataset 1. And it has been posted over here. And all the thing you have to do to download and save it into your computer. Alright, I'm going straight forward into RapidMiner. Okay, over here I already load for the RapidMiner, and if you start for RapidMiner in your computer, pretty sure that is going to look like this. With me over here, I have the kind of unlimited license for this will be the license for educational, and you can also apply it with the educational email that you receive from the university. So the same thing you can do like that. Okay, so first of all, I want to just give you a quick introduction about RapidMiner and its interface. So you in the previous section, I have already shown you how you can run the basic data mining process like k-mean cluster, right, on Excel. And actually you can do the data mining on Excel too. But however, Excel is going to be more prepared for the kind of like daily office and easy data analytic operation. Okay, it's not really designed for a very strong and in-depth data mining or the machine learning or the AI data analysis. And that should be the time for us to go straight into the more professional package or the tool for data mining, including, for example, R, Python, and especially in case like you are not a big fan of coding, so you can do the data mining by this one, RapidMiner. So the RapidMiner will be one of the main tools for the people who don't want to do the coding for data mining. And this will be the interface of the RapidMiner. If you can take a look into see, and this will be the basic menus of the RapidMiner. First of all, you can see file. You can open, because that's all the time you run for the RapidMiner, all the thing will be saved like a process. Okay, a process of data analysis, and you can create a new process. You can open for the old process that's already been saved in your computer. The same, save the process if you want. You can import the data, you can export the data, and the thing, all the kind of that. So it's pretty the same with the interface of Excel if you ever have a use with, right? The same thing other. So you can have the option to edit, so you can undo or redo with the operation you are doing, and also for the other capster. The process will be one of the important part, because it's all the time you want just run and execute for an order in RapidMiner, you will have to go through process and run the process locally. The other thing will be view. That's not important. Connection, that will be we can also use the connection. I will show you later. We can do the setting. Setting will be the place where you can manage for your license. So with me here, I have the license up to the September of 2022. This will be the valid license from the last apply forecasting class, and I can reapply it because anyway I'm a university lecturer, so I have a university license to just extend for my RapidMiner license for 1 year. Okay, the other capster, and the other interesting of RapidMiner will be extension. So with extension, and you go into the marketplace, update and extension, okay? So they will connect you into the marketplace of the RapidMiner, and because for some of the some features of the RapidMiner they may be missing, okay? So the other third parties or the programmer, they will feel like, okay, I want to add in some kinds like the new extension or the new add-in into RapidMiner. That's pretty the same with what you have already learned do with the Excel, okay? So they create for some packet libraries, and you can download them. Some of them will be free, some of them will be maybe like a purchase one, and you have to pay fee for them. But anyway, like with RapidMiner, you get a very bad option about how you can extend your computer and how you can just use for all the kind of tool to just develop for your data analysis process. Okay, so for example, if some of the students really love to see about the text processing or text mining, especially when you do for the kind of like the twist analysis, okay, you do for the Facebook twist, the twist, or the other kinds of like social media twist, text processing will be one of the very important tasks. You can also do for the web processing, okay. You can also create something very kind of fun like Python scripting, in case like you very want to have like execute of the Python right on the environment of RapidMiner. You can do it too, and the same with R programming. You can also do for the deep learning, okay, and the other kinds of like extension. So this is up to you if you want to select and install it. Some of them may be totally free, and you can also here, like for example, deep learning, one of very important part of the machine learning study, will also can be provided by RapidMiner. Okay, that will be enough for the first part, and then later we're going to say about all the kinds of option in the RapidMiner. So, okay, so for the next one, you can see like over here will be some quick access, quick shortcut. Like we can create the new process, open the process, save the process. Here, very important, okay, run the process. So in case like you want to just run it, I will show you later. All the time you want to execute for some order, you have to run the process. Click on this button, and finally stop the process when you want to stop for the execution of the process, because it maybe take too long. We are talking about data mining, right? About machine learning, right? So sometimes the process can run into forever. You have to wait until like 2 hours, 3 hours, and the process to be in the middle of the way. So this will be the time for you to give up if you want, of course. But anyway, like this will help you to just stop for the process if you want. Alright, and this will be it. Another thing I want to show you will be like the view, including like design view and design view. For the other type stuff like auto model or deployment, we will say about that later. But most of the time when you create for the process of data analytics, you can view it in the design view. So that's show you all the process that you are running for data analytics. Another thing, when you run it and you have the result of data analysis, like the model, like the table, like the chart, the data visualization outcome, they will be shown in the result. I will show you later about this part. Okay, let's take a look into the very highlight the right side, the top right of the screen. So you can see here repository. This will be the place where you have to save for all the process into your local computer, or sometimes you would do it, save it into the database or the cloud computing. So that's totally up to you about how you can connect into the repositories of the project. Alright, another thing very important in the highlight the bottom lab will be like the operation. So here, if you want just use for some kind of like function in RapidMiner, and of course you will have to do it. This is very important part. So for example, if you want to just read the data, read the file, okay, if you read the file or write the file, here provide in a different folder, you can go and retrieve all the data from this one. If you want to do some data cleaning, we have normalization, missing data, dealing with the duplicate data or outlier data. That should be all the things available here. You don't have to really have to find another one. The same thing you can do for modeling, like you want to do prediction, you want to do analysis for the time series forecasting, or you want to do for the correlation analysis, association analysis, the other type of stuff, you can also do it the same. Okay. Segmentation will be the main thing of the K-mean, will be the thing we're going to do in this section, so we will talk about that a lot later. Okay, we also do the scoring and validation will be one of the very important part for performance analysis in in data mining. So soon we will have to go through for all this kind of option, but this will be the thing I really like in RapidMiner, because most of the time they provide very detailed instruction of all the detail about all the options that will be offered in the operation that we can run for. Okay, the last thing, parameter will be the play when most of the process, most of the operation, that's we have some kind of like modification. Okay, so you want to change, you want to just make some kind of like option in the process, so they will be all appear here, and I will show you very later. And last one, help, is for the help window. That's super useful when you don't really know about what will be the meaning of the operation. For example, here I'm going to use for the prediction, okay, and I'm going to use for the kind of like the decision tree, okay. And if I want to go here, so they could provide me for the, like all the information about what be the decision trees and description about them and how they can be used in all this kind of stuff. Okay, so that's very important for you to just go through. And sometimes you feel like, okay, the thing will be so kind of overwhelming and I still don't understand about what exactly they will be their function. So I recommend you guys to go to help, and you can see about all the instruction and also the explanation about the function over here. Okay, all right, so let's have been done for the introduction and navigating for the RapidMiner. Now let's go to import for the data, run for the data description, and see some basic data visualization in RapidMiner. Okay, so with the CSV file HowBright dataset 1, you have downloaded into the computer, and now should be the time for it to just read into the data. So to do that, with the process in the design view, okay, this will be where you put all the process into. Before everything you run for the data analysis, you have to import the data, right? So I would say I will have to import the data file, and which will give me a lot of like suggestion about this one. Actually, this will be a CSV file. If you see that, all right, this will be a CSV file. Okay, so with a CSV file, we will use the read CSV file, read CSV function to just like load the data into the RapidMiner. Okay, so I know that would be read CSV, okay, and it showed me for the load function, read CSV load operation I can choose for, and I use this and drop it into the process interface. All right, up until this point you have not get anything yet. And if you click on the read CSV box, you can see this will be the parameter of the read CSV, including for all the information like how you can do the separators, user, which one you want to choose, right? The code and other kinds of like information you can do it. But here I would just use the import configuration wizard, so that's help me to just import the data by the click. Okay, so I do that. And that's going to be open for me for a new window that I can allocate into the place I save my file. So I save it in my computer, and that will be the data file, and I save it in BNUK, FN, module number 5, and RapidMiner data. Okay, so you just remember about the kind of like directories where you save all the data. Okay, and when you select it already, it will show up here and will let you know that this will be a CSV file. Okay, and you click next. Okay, so this will be the where you can format your data, and if there are no any kind of problem about the data, no missing values, no kind of like species data, so they will say there's no problem. Anyway, you can go and change for some kinds of information ahead a little bit. So with me here, I don't have the problem. Separation will be good and the data look good, so I'm going next. Okay, so until this part, I can format for each of the column. What does it mean? For example, here you can see for the data file, okay, well, right here I have already provided for you some description about the house price prediction story. So in this case, you have the information about the data of the house and the price. Okay, so with the in case like you are data analytic or data analyst or kind of like data scientist, you don't want just make all the decision based on your intuition and emotional decision. Okay, so you want to just make all the things based on data, and that should be the time for you to use your data analysis skill and also create for prediction model based on this data set. And this provides for some description about the information of each core variable included in the data set, okay, including the houseware, kind of like the areas of all the house, it big or small, number of the bedroom. We love to have more bedroom, right? And number of bathroom, the year of build, we want to just have a recent build data, the tax assess values, the last sold price, something like the other kind of stuff. Okay, so this will be the thing I want to just use the data for. Okay, so this will be the description about the data, and you see about all the file has been saved over here. We can also see the kind of like the house square feet, but however, with here we can provide the information, like we can set them into the different data type. Okay, so for example here, you can put the data into binomial or polynomial, the real number or integer number, okay, day or time or whatever it could be. So would be here, I would say that this would be the time. No, it cannot say be into the time, so maybe day, not two. Okay, so that's the reason why here just save it like integer, and it help you a lot. Okay, the other thing gonna be the number of the bedroom, with the number of the bedroom, right, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedroom, and that's the reason why the data should be integer. But however, the number of the bedroom 2, 2.5, 3, because of some case like you not really have the kind of like the 3, like you have a 2 bedroom, and for each bedroom you have the 1 bathroom associated with them. So that's the reason why you can say that you have 2 bedrooms. But however, in case like some room they will share the same bathroom, they will call 2.5, 1.5, something like that. That's the reason why. Okay, the year bill and the other thing like the other. So this will be all the data that's has been saved into this one. The thing will be like with this data, I will go into set for this one. Okay, I change it into the row, and I want just put it into like what would be the label or the weights or the ID that I want just enter for the row. It would be okay. So in case like here I want to predict about the sold price in the futures. Okay, so I will use this data, right, this this column or this variable like the kind of the touches data. Okay, predicting data, like the data I want to predict about. So I'm changing the row into, instead of the other, into the label. That means that will be the touches data. Okay, and when you feel totally comfortable with that, you click finish. So now here the data has been set. But however, if until this point, if you run for like execution, that will say like we need to finalize the connection. Okay, so you have to just very simple, from here output of the read data file, you click it into the result. Okay, so that means they understand that you read the data into the result, right? So just now we execute for the process. And you can see right over here that has been put all the thing into the order, and that tell me that there will be 120 example. That means 120 observation has been saved into RapidMiner. And the last surprise will be the target data. Why the target variable? Why the other like house square feet, the number of bedroom, years of build, and a tax assessed. This will be kind of like the explanatory data, or we say normally independent variable. Okay, so that's how the data can be saved to. Oh, anyway, if you take a look, you see like here now we are in the result view. Okay, instead of the design view. So if I click into the design view, I will see like the previous process or the thing in design. If I click into the result, this will be the result outcome when I execute for the design. Okay, so that's very clear here. The other thing you can click on with statistic. So with the statistic bottom, you can see like how all the data has been kind of like make into the kind of like very simple descriptive statistic. For example, here last price sold, you can see like how they are distributed in the histogram, the mean value, the max value, average values, standard deviation. And if you click on the open visualization, okay, so they will show you the histogram of the last sold price. Okay, if you don't know what will be the histogram, but it review the foundation in business intelligence. Business foundation of business analytics class. Okay, let's come back into this one. And alright, so in the other case, when you see about the other kind of data like the house square, the other kind of stuff, that can be saved over here. All the things saved together. Okay, year view and other kind of stuff. So they provide you very quick with kind of like data description and also data visualization, and this will be all the things go together. Okay, so this will be the first part of the video about the RapidMiner. I want to just show you. You have already go through for some kind of like quick introduction about RapidMiner, how we the other function of RapidMiner, how we import the data, and how we can run for some kind of like simple data analysis and data visualization on RapidMiner. Up until this point, there were not a lot of requirement for your process, but anyway, like in the next chapters, like the next step in the lab section, I will provide you much more data analysis tool in RapidMiner, and I hope that you will enjoy that until now. See you later in the next video.